Hey, what's up guys? So today, as we're in our last week before we hit the road to our new property in Texas, on our journey to a fuller life, I wanted to talk about 5 things we have acknowledged as our goals, the things that we need to accomplish to consider ourselves to have a fuller life. And these things are just the things that Bailey and I had talked about as we have been making our decision to jump off and move across the country, quitting our jobs and moving to a farm. These are the things that we've kind of targeted as the goals that we want to accomplish to consider our journey to a fuller life to be fulfilled. So the first one is living intentionally. Now this kind of sets up the rest of our goals, and the rest of the goals kind of fall under this one. And living intentionally, well, what is living intentionally? Is making decisions and actions that are meaningful and fulfilling to what you want out of life. So living intentionally for us is, all of the decisions and actions that we've made, all these decisions that we've made up to this point to move, to get out of our current jobs and move to Texas and buy the property that we did was all intentional based on the kind of lifestyle that we want to live, that we want for us and our family. So big number 2, the second item for us to consider having a fuller life is getting to spend more time with family, maximizing our family time. So over this whole pandemic COVID thing, it's been really nice because both of us have been home for a couple months, and it's really solidified the idea that we love spending time with our daughter. We're excited for our next daughter to come along in September, and we want to maximize the amount of time that we get to spend with them, with each other, with our other family that is in Texas. Bailey and I are both from Texas, and the majority of our family lives still around, within a couple hours radius of where we're going. So we want to be able to maximize our family time. Over the last 8 years, I've been gone from Texas. Bailey's been gone from Texas for the last 3. I haven't gotten to spend a lot of time with family outside of Bailey and EJ over the last 3 years. And we want to be able to maximize the time that we get to spend with each other and with them. Amy was biting on my shoulder and spit all over me. Dad life. So yeah, our number 3 thing to accomplish for a fuller life is living debt-free. This is a big one that you hear a lot. You got dirt all over your face. This is a big one that you hear a lot, people wanting to live debt-free and get out of debt, and we're the same way. We don't want to owe anyone anything. Currently we have 2 mortgages, although we're about to sell this house, so we're about to be down to 1 mortgage, a vehicle. We don't have a ton of debt, but the quicker and closer we can get to not owing anyone anything, at that point we'll consider that's a goal for us to gain our fuller life. Number 4, our number 4 thing to accomplish to consider our life to be more full or have a fuller life is to be self-sustainable. Now, it kind of encompasses a lot of different things, but bare bones basic, we want to provide as much food for ourselves from our land as we can. In means of meat animals, we're going to be raising pigs, chickens, probably a cow here in the near future. And we want to have, we want to be able to grow our own vegetables and fruit trees. And all of those things that you would be going to the grocery store to buy, we want to limit the amount of times that we go to the grocery store so that we can provide it for ourselves. Whenever you rely on grocery stores and big box stores to feed you and your family, well, I'm not saying that that's wrong, that isn't normal, but look at the times that we're going through right now whenever it's hard to get basic necessities at a grocery store. So we want to limit the amount of reliance we have towards grocery stores and those big box stores and things like that by becoming more self-sufficient and doing as much things as we can ourselves. This brings us down to our number 5, the 5th thing that we want to accomplish to consider having a fuller life, and that is living more natural and being toxin-free. I think a big thing that comes into play whenever you're talking about living self-sufficiently and being more healthy is, trying to have practices and methods on your farm that are more naturally based and not using a whole lot of limiting your inputs, especially whenever they are, processed chemically based inputs, fertilizers, weed killers, things like that. And we want to get to a point where we know everything that's going into our bodies, everything that's going into our land, and everything that we are inputting into ourselves and our land is naturally based. We know what it is and will ultimately be healthier for us and for our property. I really hope now you have maybe a better understanding of why we have decided to make this jump and start this journey to a fuller life. We're in our last week of living up here in Washington. We are hitting the road next Tuesday, and we're so excited. So excited. Yeah. Are you excited? We're so excited to get to our new property and start this new chapter of our life on our journey to a fuller life. We'll see you guys next time.